Welcome back. So I'm sat outside again today because the weather is perfect. I'm also trying to top up my tan a little bit before I go away. I wasn't too sure how to start this one, so I thought I'd do it by popping that video of me posing around about a week before one of my comps last year. Obviously the vlog is about how to get down to sub 10% body fat, which AI tells me I'm around 8-9% there. And then also I want to touch on a bit about my competitions and what it's like competing. So starting off, obviously what it takes to get to that percentage of body fat. It is obviously a hell of a lot of commitment. I did it was around about a 16-week prep to get to that level of conditioning. I obviously learned a hell of a lot, and I'm working to launch my own coaching or online coaching business over the next few months, and the things that I learned from that put me in a great place to share that with people that decide to buy the programs. But essentially the first thing you need to do is plan obviously your calorie intake. I did drop down to a low of 1,900 couple of weeks, I'd say, throughout that, which looking back was probably a bit too low, and then highs of around 2,400, 2,500. But my refeed days weren't as good as they could have been, just because I felt that pressure to get into the best condition I could as quick as I could, and I felt wrongly obviously having that higher intake would impact my performance on stage. So yeah, make sure you're planning, make sure you've got a proper weekly macros calorie plan and you stick to it, but also make adjustments if you do look flat, and don't be afraid to keep your calories high as long as it's working for you and you're seeing changes in your physique, higher I should say, not high. One reality obviously of competing as a natural athlete is, I know people try to hide it, but you do have the disadvantage of holding onto muscle when you are cutting down. People try to sugarcoat it, but if you're natural, you do lose a bit more muscle than someone who is enhanced. So obviously they can afford, like I said, when my calories were a bit low, they probably would have held on to a bit more muscle than me. So yeah, I was happy with the condition. Obviously I placed really well in the shows I did last year. I got second and a third place in a really strong category. I know men's physiques got really popular. So that is it for that section. But what I'm going to do now is just post a quick snippet of how I looked when I was training. I think this video was actually a week after one of my comps, so I'll catch you after that. Brings me on to my next point, which is just enjoy the process. Take as many pictures, videos as you possibly can. I actually didn't take enough, and I look at my physique now compared to what it was then. Obviously with being in a calorie surplus for a while, my abs aren't as visible. So yeah, just enjoy it. The process of actually stepping on stage on the day is incredible. You'll get a massive adrenaline rush before you're on, and also when you're on there, it'll just be great. And if you walk away with a medal, it just makes it even more sweet. I don't think people appreciate, especially those that aren't into like bodybuilding, fitness, the dedication and work it takes. It's not like you can slack off. It's like an every day, every week thing for that long. And even though like the period of being on prep is like 16 weeks, you're training for years to build the muscle to then cut down to display that on stage. So it's definitely a rewarding thing to do, but it's also one of the most difficult sports and the most brutal on your body. That's about it for this section. I am over the next few videos going to share a bit more about my competing. I'll probably in the next one just share a few stage shots, that kind of thing. I'll finish off this section similar to what I did with the first bit, so I'll just share a little posing video. I think this one was about 2 weeks out and it's in a proper posing room, so you can just see what that level of conditioning looks like. But when I eventually launch my coaching business in the next few months, I'll also include plans, exactly what I did there, so people can use it to get to that level of conditioning if they wanted to. But yeah, I'll end this clip here, obviously with a bit of posing. After that, there's a video of me at the Blues versus Barca game a few weeks back. I'm a huge Madrid fan, so it's a bit of a random game to go to, but my brother supports Barca, so I went along with him. It's good atmosphere, went to penalties at the end as well, which is always fun. So yeah, I'll finish off there. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next video.
still in my grip, yeah, the bar been slow. Every drop of pain make the legend grow. Heartbeat banging like a war drum sound. Every rap another crown, no fear in my eyes, only hunger and rage. Writing my story on the iron cage. Late nights grinding while they sleeping out. Now I'm flexing everything they talked about. Ooh, aura so loud, no words gotta speak. Presence heavy, dominance peak. I don't play